Again, another 3-2 taken for strike three. Sauer's going to challenge. Come on back, Andres.
He went to it quick, too. And maybe he had nothing to lose on a 3-2 count. So this one's going to be a close one.
Ooh, look at that. Just clipped it as we see automated balls and strikes.
If you watched this video and you immediately thought, how do they create the strike zone for every batter based off of their height? I'm about to explain that to you right now. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I immediately thought, okay, how do they create the balls and strikes and that strike zone? But I thought back into spring training when I played with the Cardinals and Padres. This is what they do for every single player that really is in the league or is in spring training, just to be able to get this data. Really what they do is they measure you. They measure where your knees are. They measure where your chest is, or like the letters, which is ideally the top of the zone. They also measure your total height. So all of this data is basically inputted into a huge spreadsheet, basically a huge database, and that's going to be how either TrackMan or Hawkeye, these are the science or the trackers or the radars, whatever you want to call it. And this is ultimately the science behind how balls and strikes are being called in the automated, ABS. So now the question remains, is this good for baseball? My time in AAA, when we were able to use the ABS, we had 3 challenges every single game. I loved it because it didn't take away the human factor, but still in those calls that were, borderline, it was still a lot of fun to be able to see if, the umpire was just really bad. And I'm not going to name names, but I remember when I was in El Paso, AAA for the San Diego Padres, we were in Reno. We had a certain umpire that was not very good, and I remember watching the game from the from the clubhouse, and this umpire missed probably 15 calls that were overturned because of ABS. Just like players can have bad games, umpires can have bad games as well, and this is where I think it honestly benefits the game a ton.